Hey there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Dr. P, and this is your go-to space for real, meaningful conversations about health, healing, and personal growth. Today, we're diving into a topic that's not just important, it's urgent. We're talking about mental health and how we can all work together to reverse the narrative and change the facts. For too long, mental health has been misunderstood, stigmatized, and even dismissed. But here's the truth. Mental health is health. Just like we take care of our bodies, we need to take care of our minds. Today, we're going to bust myths, uncover the facts, and explore real, practical ways to improve mental well-being. I promise, by the end of this video, you'll have a whole new perspective on mental health. But before we dive in, I need your help. If you believe mental health awareness is important, please hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe so we can continue having these important conversations. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. To truly reverse the narrative, we first have to break the myths. These misconceptions have shaped how society views mental health, and they hold people back from seeking help. Myth number 1. Mental health struggles are a sign of weakness. Fact. Mental health conditions affect people of all backgrounds, strengths, and intelligence levels. Example. Even world-class athletes, CEOs and celebrities struggle with mental health because it's about biology, life experiences and environment, not personal weakness. Myth number 2. Therapy is only for crazy people. Fact. Therapy is for anyone who wants to improve their emotional well-being, relationships and overall quality of life. Example. Just like we go to a doctor for checkups, we can go to a therapist to maintain mental wellness. Myth number 3, you can just snap out of it or think positive. In fact, mental health challenges are not just about mindset, they involve brain chemistry, trauma, and real-life struggles. Example, depression isn't just feeling sad. It can affect energy levels, concentration, and even physical health. Have you heard any of these myths before, or maybe even believed some yourself? Let me know in the comments, and let's bust these myths together. So where do these harmful myths even come from? Why has mental health been so misunderstood for so long? The role of media and pop culture. Movies and TV often depict mental illness as dangerous or extreme. Example, many villains in films are portrayed as mentally unstable, reinforcing harmful stereotypes. In some cultures, mental health issues are considered a sign of weakness or shame. For example, many people hear, "What will people think?" when they consider seeking help. The solution is to open conversations in families, normalizing mental health discussions. Society often glorifies pushing through stress instead of addressing it. The idea that success means never taking a break or always being busy is a common example. Statistics show that burnout has a significant impact on both physical and mental health. But here's the truth. Taking care of your mental health isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And it starts with small but powerful changes. Now that we've debunked the myths and understand where stigma comes from, let's talk about what you can do, starting today, to prioritize your mental health. Start the conversation. Speak openly about emotions with friends and family. Practice daily mental wellness habits. Sleep. Lack of rest affects mood and cognition. Exercise releases endorphins that improve mood. Nutrition. A balanced diet supports brain health. Mindfulness, meditation, and journaling help reduce stress. Seek help without shame. Therapy, medication, and support groups are all valid tools. Be an advocate. Call out harmful stereotypes. Support mental health resources in schools and workplaces. What's one thing from this list that you can start doing today? Comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Now that we've covered the myths, the stigma, and the tools for better mental health, let's bring this conversation to life with real stories. These are real people just like you and me who face serious mental health challenges but found a way to heal, grow, and thrive. Their stories show us that no matter how dark it gets, there is always hope. Meet Sophia. She's a 20-year-old college student who always dreamed of getting into a top university, but when she finally got there, the pressure became unbearable. The workload, the competition, and the constant fear of failure started consuming her. She couldn't sleep, she stopped eating regularly, and worst of all, she started having panic attacks before every exam. Sophia. I felt like I was drowning. Everyone around me seemed to have it all together, and I was barely keeping up. I didn't want to admit that I was struggling because I thought it made me weak. Dr. P, VO. Sound familiar? Anxiety affects more than 40 million adults in the US alone, not to talk about Europe, Africa, Asia, the Middle East, and other parts of the world. Students are particularly vulnerable. The fear of failing, the weight of expectations, it can all build up. Sophia. One day I broke down in front of a professor. Instead of judging me, she encouraged me to seek help. I finally went to my college counseling center and it changed everything. They taught me how to manage my stress, how to breathe through panic attacks, and most importantly, that I wasn't alone. Dr. P, VO. Sophia's story reminds us that asking for help isn't a weakness, it's a strength. If you're struggling with anxiety, you don't have to suffer in silence. Resources exist, and there are people who care about you. Lisa was overjoyed when she found out she was pregnant. She had always wanted to be a mother, but after giving birth, she didn't feel the way she thought she would. Instead of happiness, she felt numb. She couldn't sleep even when the baby was asleep. She felt disconnected from her child, guilty for feeling this way, and too ashamed to talk about it. Lisa, I thought I was supposed to feel this deep, immediate love for my baby, but all I felt was exhaustion and emptiness. I kept thinking, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just be happy like other moms? Dr. P, VO. Lisa was experiencing postpartum depression, a condition that affects 1 in 7 mothers, but many women don't talk about it because they fear being judged. Lisa, my husband noticed I wasn't myself and gently encouraged me to talk to my doctor. I was hesitant at first, but when I finally opened up, I learned that postpartum depression is real, treatable, and not my fault. Therapy, support groups, and even small changes in my routine made a world of difference. Dr. P, VO. If you or someone you love is struggling after childbirth, please know that help is available. You don't have to go through this alone. Mark is a successful CEO of a fast-growing company. On the outside, he had it all. A thriving business, financial security and respect. But behind closed doors, he was struggling. The constant stress, the pressure to always perform, and the belief that leaders don't show weakness took a massive toll on his mental health. Mark, I was exhausted all the time, but I convinced myself that was normal. That's just how it is when you run a business, I told myself. But then, one night, I had a panic attack at my desk. I couldn't breathe. My heart was racing. That's when I knew something had to change. Stress and burnout are major issues in the workplace. More than 70% of executives report struggling with their mental health, but many don't seek help because they fear looking weak. Mark, I started seeing an executive coach and a therapist. I learned how to set boundaries, delegate tasks, and actually take breaks. The biggest surprise? My business didn't fall apart. In fact, when I took better care of myself, I became a better leader. Mark's story proves that mental health isn't just a personal issue, it's a workplace issue too. Leaders, take note. When you take care of your mental well-being, your team benefits too. What do Sophia, Lisa and Mark all have in common? They struggled, they felt alone, and at some point they believed they couldn't get better. But the moment they reached out for help, things started to change. That's the power of breaking the silence and taking action. Mental health challenges can feel isolating, but you're never truly alone. There is always help, there is always hope, and most importantly, healing is possible. All right, before we wrap up, let's keep this conversation going. If these stories resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Have you or someone you know struggled with mental health? Your story might just help someone else feel less alone. And don't forget, if this video helped you in any way, please hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe so we can continue breaking the stigma and spreading awareness together. Mental health matters. Let's continue changing the facts together. Until next time, take care and stay well.